Hello everybody, I'm Sam15 the Dragon King here today. And today, welcome to another episode of Mad Dragon Wednesday, where each and every single week, or more like at this point every once a month, we take a look at a interesting deck involving the dragon typing and play a game or two with it. Sometimes these decks are not really that great, other times they're okay and you can maybe do well with them in a league challenge, and other times not so much. You'd just be crazy to play them at any event in general. Hence the name Mad Dragon Wednesday. But first, before we go any further, I do want to point a slight attention to the new overlay that my friend Cody Cressman made for me. You often will see him on my streams, and you'll also see him sometimes in my videos. So he's a great friend of mine. He did a really good job. I'm very impressed. He did better than I could, but yeah, I want to give him a good thank you, buddy. And yeah, I haven't really been doing much streaming or even especially recording as of late. Largely because I've just been kind of busy streaming for and getting ready for Nationals. And now the Nationals is over, I play Pokemon Go for a couple weeks. Now that everything's over, we'll go back to my regular schedule. Streaming will start around 9:30 Central Standard Time tomorrow if you're interested in that. So yeah, we'll do that every weekdays, 9:30 to 11:30ish Central Standard Time on Monday through Friday. Anyway, yeah, we'll just go to the actual concept of Hydreigon. Just not enough rambling. Hydreigon itself is one of the newer cards from this new set that just released today for PTCGO, and that is the Steam Siege set. And this Hydreigon is kind of interesting. Cool thing, 40. And your next turn, you're doing opponent's next turn. That Pokemon can only do is doing 40 less to Hydreigon, so it's not a terrible type. We play for Dark Burn. Basically, discard as many Dark Energy you want from your attached to your Pokemon as you like. This attack does 50 damage times the amount of Dark Energy you discard this way. So let's say I get rid of a double dragon. Maybe 2 double dragons, doing 200 right off the bat. Get rid of a couple more, a couple dark. You're doing a lot of damage. So that's why you play that. Of course, we also play Dark Impulses, Hydreigon. Once during your turn before you attack, you may attach the darkness energy from your discard pile to your active Pokemon. So it's a pretty good attack. I kind of like it. Playing 10 Darkness Energy, 4 Double Dragon, and of course another card that we're playing with is Special Charge. Shuffle 2 Special Energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. So kind of a straightforward concept, just lead with Darkrai for a while, then move in with Hydreigon for the kill. You can make this deck a little better. This is more of a bare bones deck. I feel like this deck does have potential. I say that all the time on my channel, but I do feel like this deck has potential. This Hydreigon in here as well. Basically to give everything for your treat. You could add back in Giratina, but I took it out because I didn't really feel like you really need the Giratina, especially since Pokemon Ranger is a thing. And I don't bother playing Pokemon Ranger because, you usually play Pokemon Ranger because you don't play any evolutions like around Jolteon. Now we have Hydreigon for that now, so it's kind of pointless to be honest, but I'm not even playing the break. The reason why I'm not playing the break is because I just couldn't find enough room for it. I guess if you want to, you could play a break or two. I just didn't really feel like you needed to. I just don't feel like you need to. Let's see, you could add another Dark Impulses, another Dino, and of course another Zweilous. Of course, back to the Dino. You want to use this one because the other one that's legal right now. Actually, hold on a sec. Well, this is the Phantom Forces Zweilous, so technically this is actually legal for the Post Worlds format, but still it is pretty nice. I actually got rid of a bunch of Pokemon as it is that are not Worlds format, so I'm not playing any cards that I'm not playing Xerosic or anything like that. So this is mostly for Post Worlds format. Though I forgot to, had the other Zweilous instead, but it doesn't really matter. Since I doubt I'm actually going to be attacking with it. And it might actually matter because the retreat cost is a little different, so if you're playing this in Expand, you might want to, you might want to play the other one instead anyway, because if you're playing heavy ball, or just kind of rambling at that point. But yeah, you get the idea. That's kind of straightforward for the most part, I guess. Just use Hydreigon later. You don't have to pull it as a heavy of Hydreigon line as I am. You could probably just cut this off altogether if you want to. You could just put a 2-1-2 line, a couple only 2 rare candies, maybe beef up another Max Elixir, maybe add in another Giratina or something like that. I don't know. I think the deck is pretty cool in my opinion, but I think every deck I make here is cool. I love my babies. But anyway, that's the deck, and let's go straight into it. Alright, welcome back. Yeah, remember what I said, like, you just, we're mostly doing the post-Worlds format. Now we're just straight up doing Worlds format because you can't play this Hydreigon. The Phantom Forces Hydreigon if you can't play that card past Worlds format since it's, Phantom Forces. And Phantom Forces is rotating. So yeah, I'm a silly head, but that's fine. That's fine and dandy. Gonna wish my opponent good luck. And let's get into it. Alrighty, what do I want to get here? Ultra Blowaway, Sycamore, and Darkness Energy. I can't scroll? What the heck? Okay, now I can scroll, I think. Okay, there's the Hoopa. There's a Shaman here. There's a Shaman here. Alright. So I'm going to get a Darkrai, Hydreigon, Shaman, and Darkrai. I like that. Attach per turn. Well, I could technically play Z. I probably should play more retreating options, but since I only played 2 Escape World, that actually is kind of a bad. Whatever. No. It's just straight up end for now, I guess. Now, of course, this deck isn't great because, as you're probably seeing already, clunkiness is everywhere right now. The deck is pretty clunky. But that's fine. You almost want, well, I think you almost want to play Skyfield, I think. Just based on, like, how large my bench already is. It's ridiculous. I think if, like, you're trying to play for this for the Worlds format, maybe you should cut it down to a 2-1-2 line with 2 rare candy. Those 3 spots could probably be maybe a Skyfield. Maybe a Skyfield, maybe another ball. Maybe another Max Elixir. Maybe a Giratina, I don't know. So my opponent's playing a Mega Ray deck, it seems. Scoundrel Ring. Probably going to get, I don't know, Mega Ray, Shaman. At least a couple Shamans, I would assume. A Shaman or 2. Shaman, Ray, maybe another Ray, I don't know. 2 Rays and a Shaman. So, we're not too bad start, I guess. Opponent just immediately brings up something. The Hoopa. I'm actually okay with that, because I don't really have anything else as of right now. One gets another Lysander. We really have an out. That actually kind of stinks. Trainer's mail. Okay, we get an N. And we get an escape rope? We get an escape rope. Alrighty. Trainer's mail. Max Elixir. I probably should have Max Elixired onto Darkrai now that I think about it. Because my opponent can just come up with a knockout, which kind of stinks. Yeah, this deck's pretty clunky. Opponent gets the Skyfield out. Yeah. Having the break actually would be pretty nice here so I could 50. Knock out this Rayquaza. I think the idea for this deck is there, though. The opponent prize 2 Shaman? Ooh, my opponent just straight up... Oh, Vault. Okay, I see. I see what they did. Alrighty. Got a Lysander. Yeah, like taking Lysander for a quick couple prizes does seem like a decent play. Especially since my opponent's kind of dead drawing as it is. Which is how we're pretty much going to win, I assume. Because, wow, like I said, yeah, this deck is bad. I feel like with some more polishing, it can be good. I do believe that. But, I don't know. So, what does my opponent have now? Opponent's going to Birch. Alright. Dang. Alright, opponent's probably going to get something here. Probably get another Shaman out. Opponent's going to Bike here. If I can get an Ultra Ball, I think it'd be fine with that. Opponent only has 1 energy. Intensifying Burn for 60. Putting the Spirit Link there. Opponent, yeah, my opponent has yet to use the support of this turn. Interesting. Intensifying Burn for 60. That's fine. Are we gonna win off this alone? I'm gonna laugh if that's the case. Because we really don't deserve to win. We didn't get it. That's fine. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160. Not enough for a knockout, unfortunately. Problem is, if I do that, I'm just walking straight into something. I'm literally walking straight into a big attack because he's going to end me. So I don't really want him to end me down to 4. I like to think I played that a little smart. So, alright. Opponent already attached return, retreats, is going to do another 60. Gonna end me anyway. Alright. Which is fair. Big money, big money, big money. No. Intensifying burn for 60. Alright, it's Loyalist. Alright, let's Lysander. Dark Pulse for 160. For Shaman and a Darkrai. That's actually kind of cool. Two cool things I want back in the deck. We already used all max elixirs, so that's fine. And my deck sucks, so there's no two ways about it. I was just gonna put a hoop up there. I can only imagine he's probably gonna stall. I mean, he's not gonna try to deck me out. That's just kind of... You're not gonna deck me out at this point. I have 5 more cards left in this deck. Granted, he does have access to something really good called... does he have access to? He has access to something. Alright. Oh, he has access to at least 1 or 2 Sacred Ash. I'm just going to draw 1 card, see if I can get anything off of that. Do I want it? No. I really don't have any energy in this card pile, so maybe have 1 or 2 more would not be terrible. Oh, this is awful. Well, we have yet to draw any of our double dragons, so... It's not terrible, I guess. Whatever. Attach here. Ugh. Double dragon. Right. What is the recommend? Show playmat. Ooh. That's tempting as all heck. Alright. So... Now, I didn't put down the Hydreigon because, well, largely, there's a very simple reason why I didn't do that. I was using a straight up ammo break. Okay, he did not knock me out. Alright, I was afraid in case he maybe were to use Lysander or something like that. If he were to use Lysander, that would have been not fun for me. Yeah, that was my thought there. Let's see. Put that there, I guess. I do have my Sycamore current. I did not check to see if I have my second Scape Rope, but retreat, dark burn. 50, 100, 120, no, woo! We did it with Hydreigon too. We were able to knock out a freaking Mega with Hydreigon. That was fun. Like, our opponent dead drew the entire game, I kid you not. I think that's pretty much the only way we were able to win, because our opponent was just dead drawing to hell. Which was really fun. You're like, oh, okay, I got this, I can win now. What is this thing called winning? I don't know what this thing is. Let's see, it's not. That's good. So yeah, there's plenty of ways you can make this deck better. Maybe having a 2-1-2 line, maybe just get rid of the Hydreigon cut altogether, especially since, you know, Phantom Force is going to rotate out and going into the standard format coming up soon. But then again, you know, that's kind of ways off since it's during this the winter season. You know, that's where that will be, since that's the next time we'll be able to play, you know, good standard competitively in the cities during the city season. So yeah, this idea, you know, it's not the best idea in the world. It's not the best deck in the world. It has plenty of problems. It has consistency issues. It's clunky. I think there's better ways you can make this deck better, but I feel like the idea is there. I feel like it's not a terrible deck. Well, I think it's not the worst deck around. So anyway, I'm just rambling at this point as I usually do. I'm Sammy Patine, the Dragon Team here. Hope you guys like today's video. Please like, subscribe, all this this stuff, and I shall see you guys hopefully on next hello. I just want to add one quick more thing real quick, and that is, well, yeah, here's just basically a quick update of the list. I updated a couple hours after I did the video. After I did the initial recording, I was supposed to put up a rail, but a couple things got away. And it's a couple hours later, and you know, I decided to, like, you know, take another look at this list and added a few more things, took away a couple more things. So here's a slightly more updated version of this list. I don't know if you would call this a better version of the list, but whatever. Just trying to give you a quick update of that. So yeah, let's get